What? How? M. Night Shyamalan made a good film. After all those terrible films, he finally made a good one. Well, we should probably just accept it because it's actually a good film. He finally made a good one. But it's not true. It can't be good because he can't make a good movie. It must be manipulative. M. Night Shyamalan is done. No, but this movie is good and you know it, and now let's talk about it in a movie review. No, you don't have to make a movie review on it. It's not gonna get any views. It's like 2018 already. It's been out for well over a year. Well, I don't care. I saw it and I liked it, so I'm gonna talk about it. Because M. Night Shyamalan's not one of my favorite directors, and he finally made a good movie, so we should talk about it.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money. Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Split. I don't know how to... Split. No. I don't know how to word it. Whatever. So Split is the next M. Night Shyamalan film, or I guess it came out a year ago, so we've already all gotten over this. And in this movie, we see... It's a M. Night Shyamalan film, and it's his latest one. And Glass comes out in a little bit, so I'm going to review it. And we all know what happened to M. Night Shyamalan. He made The Happening, The Last Airbender, and After Earth, and we were all just like, you have fallen. The Sixth Sense was good, but nope, you're not. We're done with you, M. Night Shyamalan. Then he was like, I'm coming back. He made The Visit, and I never saw it, because I didn't even know it existed. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, it was good. How did that happen? But then eventually, and then when Split was coming out, and we all thought this, even I thought this, we were like, it's gonna be so bad that it's good. Then it came out, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, it's the return of a great director. And I was like, meh. I don't really care that much to see it. I just did not care to see it. And I don't think I saw any movies that month. And I just did not care to see that movie. Then I found out what the twist was at the ends. And then I thought... that doesn't surprise me, really. I mean, I'll explain why at the end, but... Nah, just kidding. That twist is awesome. The twist is awesome. I'm going to explain the twist at the end of this video. So if you haven't seen Split, you can watch this review. But once I give the rating, I'll tell you when the spoiler's coming up. Then I'm going to spoil the entire ending to you guys, because I need to express it. I know it's been out for a year, but it's the ending of Split. It's one of the best twist endings in cinema history, so let's talk about Split. Now, if you guys watched my Glass trailer reaction video, I said I never seen Split before, and that wasn't the case. That was the case. I haven't seen... This is going to be so hard to not spoil Split without talking. How am I going to do it? Whatever, I'm just going to talk about the quality of the film. But I've never seen Split, and I've seen it, and I'm going to say I kind of loved this film. Was it perfect? Nah, it wasn't perfect, but it was still really great. I actually quite enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very intense. I thought the characters were likable and interesting. I think M. Night Shyamalan did great in the movie. The camera angles were a bit weird, but at times I thought the camera angles were done very well. The movie's intense, it was interesting, and it was very good. So let's dive right into Split. First off, James McAvoy. Look, okay, so in the X-Men franchise, I love James McAvoy. He's one of my favorite parts of that franchise. He shows charisma. I loved him in Days of Future Past. I thought he was phenomenal in Days of Future Past. He was great in First Class and in Apocalypse, but especially Days of Future Past. Then when Split came out, we now know he's no limits. In my Glass review, I said that the three people in that review, in my Glass trailer reaction, the three people in that movie, I'm not going to spoil two of the actors, but James McAvoy, he is one of my favorite actors in Hollywood, and this movie has completely sold me on that. He is amazing in this movie. There are scenes where he's talking to himself, and it's one take. That's not that hard. I did a one take earlier in this video. But it's almost as impressive as Liam Neeson doing one take as Good Cop and Bad Cop in the Lego Movie. That he did great in this movie. He's phenomenal in this movie. It's one of the, probably the best, like, one of the best roles of 2017. And it was great. And I thought he did his acting in this movie. He acted, and it was great. But I meant to something, the camera angles. I had a problem with a lot of the camera angles in the movie. A lot of time, it lingers on something. And it doesn't switch, the camera angles don't switch enough. And this might not be a problem with the camera in general, it could also be a problem with the scenes being drawn out. And there are a lot of those Shyamalan-isms in this movie. Things like that, scenes being drawn out. Some of the dialogue in this movie, there's like a couple lines in this movie that I was just like, no. A lot of people say this movie crosses the believable mark. very intensely, and I don't really feel that. I don't actually feel that it was too unbelievable. You can see, because it's actually a thing. You can actually change your body chemistry that way. It's very complex. I have no idea how, but I've been told before by my family, just people in general, that the mind is so insanely smart. It is amazing. And this movie really explores that. Because he says, like, at the beginning, I say, one of the minds could be allergic to bees, and the other can't be. That is completely true. That could happen. And while it is, like, the beast, I don't know, a lot of people say, like, that couldn't happen. It's like, yeah, probably couldn't, because that is physically impossible for someone to do what the Beast does in this movie. But yeah. This movie is so good at unfolding itself. It really leaves you at the edge. When I was watching it, I was just wondering, what is going to happen next? How are they going to unfold the situation? How is this going to happen? And it works very well. This is a movie that it unfolds itself, and it is very good in that aspect. Also, I love all the personalities. Even though we only meet 7 of them, like, we only meet about 7 of them, I think they're all very, like, they're completely different people. Hedwig was hilarious to me. He was creepy, but hilarious. My dad was sitting next to me, and he laughed so hard at some of the lines Hedwig says, and it's great. There was Patricia, and she was just this creepy woman. There's Dennis, who's just this creepy, like, smart, this creepy guy with glasses. That's not me, because I'm a kid. He's like an adult, and he's a creepy guy, and you're like, you want to steer away from him. Then there's Barry, who is like this normal person. He's kind of like this awkward, autistic, normal person. He's nothing new or interesting. He's just a normal person. Another thing I like is that it almost portrays itself as there's an entire world inside of his head. There is just a world, or not really a world, just a room of people. And there's a spot, and someone can go into that spot, which is something I thought was very cool. But I think this movie lost me more towards the end. Not the ending twist. That actually got me back on board. But it was towards the ending with the whole Beast part, because the action was a bit slow. And while it was intense, it kind of went at a pace. And I didn't love the Beast aspect of it. Like, there was one scene where she's, like, loading a gun, or she's reading a paper, and she looks behind her, and you see the Beast climbing on the wall, and I was like, that's cool, and I want to see more of that. Then they do something. And I feel like the third act went along, then something happened, and you're like, oh, so it's over. And then they're like, nope, we're picking it back up, and it just kind of felt jarring to me. There's also, there's also CGI animals, because there's a zoo there. It's like just a random scene at the end. The CGI looked fake, so. Alright guys, overall, Split. Split was an entertaining and intense and good movie. This is one of my favorite M. Night Shyamalan films, and I haven't seen its predecessor. Yeah. If you're on the internet, you watch movie things, you know what the twist is at the end, but I'm not going to say it yet. I genuinely love Split. I didn't love everything about it. I had problems with it. But for the most part, it's a very entertaining movie that I highly recommend you check out. I'm going to give Split an 8. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the twist, because Split was a really good movie. I really liked it. Now we're going to talk about the twist. Spoiler alert, it's going to say spoiler right here, so if you haven't seen this movie, make sure to just mute your device. Or you can just leave the video. You can mute your device until that spoiler thing goes away. Just do whatever you want, okay? Now, great, let's talk about it. Alright, so at the end of the movie, he's having a conversation with himself. Then the word split appears on the screen. I was like, huh, interesting. Then there's something after it. And then I actually knew the twist before seeing it, which kind of sucks. But then it's going through a coffee shop, and then it's like saying, this guy, they're calling the Horde, and they're looking for him because he's bad and stuff. And then it's backing out, and then you see, I think I remember. Oh, there's like this one person like, hey, what about that one guy in a wheelchair that was captured years ago? And they gave him a funky name too. What was his name? And when I was watching that, okay, this is what it would have been like if I didn't know this spoiler. But if you're watching it, just be like, wait a minute. And then you see Bruce Willis go, Mr. Glass. And then I was just like, and then I would have been, if I actually knew it, I would have thought, what? That's a movie I've never seen. I've never seen Unbreakable Yeah, I don't know why. I just never have. I've seen Split. I'm gonna see Unbreakable, but I've never seen Unbreakable. So yeah. Anyway, that twist was brought out really well. Okay, spoilers gone. We're done talking about spoilers now. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did like it, make sure to like and subscribe. We'll make an Interstellar review tomorrow. I might see Searching tomorrow. I might. I'll get a review out for Searching one day, okay? See you guys next time. Bye!